Okay. Ah. So yesterday we have started with our unit number 2. The title of our chapter is nothing but the taking out quantities. I will just take a small review or revision of the yesterday's part, whatever we have discussed, so that you will have a link of yesterday's part, and we will continue for the same in our today's lecture. That will help you. Okay. So a little bit brush up from my side. So taking out quantities, what does it means? Taking out quantity is nothing but determining the quantities of the materials or the quantities of the, maybe it requires manpower. So whatever the quantities which are required for the material or manpower for construction of any civil structure, we are going to determine the quantities of that same, and that process we called it as a taking out quantities. Okay, taking out quantities. Now in the basically taking out quantities, what we have focused on the provisional sum and provisional cost. We have begun our lecture, yesterday's lecture, with this special short note on the provisional sum and provisional cost. So provisional sum is nothing but the certain amount which is provided by the experienced estimator uh, in your whatever the estimate you have prepared for the work which is not included at that time of making that estimate. Okay, that's some a special category of the work. It may be your installation of the AC or changing sewer or water lines. So whatever the certain amount or some additional specific amount that we are going to consider, that is nothing but our provisional sum, and that is being given by the experienced estimator only. Then provisional quantities are nothing but those quantities which are not included in the estimate, but we have to consider these particular quantities because of maybe there is variation in the site condition or due to any other untoward any other reason. So whatever the additional or some quantities which we are going to consider in our estimate, that additional quantities which we haven't taken before our before preparing our final estimate, and now we are going to add it. So that additional quantities we called it as a provisional quantities. Basically there is special clause for the provisional quantities. You can put it in your bill of quantities column, uh, that particular provisional quantities, because it may happen that on certain site conditions there is some variation which is going to happen. Variation that is due to some environmental conditions or due to availability of the material. See, there are two major factors which will affect our site that I am going to discuss. I will revise this particular part also. The first parameter that will affect our site is nothing but availability of the material as well as of the manpower. Okay. Now you have visited many construction site and you have seen how work is going on over there. Correct? But if you are going to actually going to handle that particular site, you will come to know that whatever the schedule you have prepared for that particular construction site, that actual scheduling is not going to happen, or it may happen that in one of the day you have targeted something, but your achievement is something. You have targeted of completing one particular task, but it is possible for you just to complete half part or a very small part of that particular activity. Why this is going to happen? This may happen due to the availability of the material as well as the manpower. Now how it will affect? Because many of the centering contractors, many of the shuttering contractors are aligned with different developers or engineers, okay, or different companies. Parallelly they are working with four to more than 4 or 5 companies. Okay, so someday or at some time it is also difficult for them to manage the manpower as well as the machine power if you don't have your own manpower and machine power, in that case only. Okay, so that is the major problem which we are going to face now. Totally, if somebody is very much interested, no sir, I have to use river sand only in my construction site. I'm not going for the M sand, that is your manufactured sand. So he has to totally dependent on the river sand, and river sand that contractor will not provide you very easily, because he has to work a lot for getting that particular river sand. ओके, बिकॉज नाव आता सध्या सुद्धा सरकारी लिलाव चालू नाहीये. ठीक आहे, वॉट एव्हर द एक्सकॅव्हेशन और सॉइल इरेक्शन वर्क इज गोइंग ऑन, दॅट इज टोटली illegal which is going on. Okay, government will not permit for such things, but still that erection of soil from the your river deposits, river soil deposits, or at the bank of river, that is going to happen every day. That is going to happen. So many times it happens that whatever the time that you have scheduled for your construction activity, you will not get the material on time. Or it may happen that there may be, suppose you have purchased or you have demanded for 50 bags of cement, ultratech cement. That company has also provided you on time, but in between the transportation, that particular there is some problem related to the transportation system, that vehicle may get damaged, or it may happen having some minor what we call some errors are going to occur, repairing work is going to occur, maintenance work is going to occur. So whatever the predictions or whatever the schedule we have done scheduling, our attempt is to follow all the scheduling on time and exactly on that same day. Okay, that is our target, and this is where we can focus on more. Okay, because completion of the project in time is a big deal, and it's a very important part that will create a new good impression in the market for you as well as for your company in which you are serving. Okay, completing the project on time. Okay, uh, if you have started your own row house construction or some apartment construction, and you have given, there may be, out of, suppose you are going to construct 4 floors, on each floor there are 4 flats. Okay, on each floor there are 4 flats, so 20, generally 20 flats you are going to construct. And when you have started to marketize, that is, you have started your marketing for that particular project, 2 customers are approached you. Okay, they have approached you, and they have approached and they have given you some token amount for your particular project. No sir, this project seems to be good and we are going to purchase a flat in your particular project. So 2 customers or clients, I can say, they have given you the token amount, but at the time of giving the token amount, what is their expectation? In your brochure you have mentioned that this will be the deadline within 6 months, 8 months, or 1 year, whatever it may be. And if there is certain delay which is going to occur from your side, what will happen? That will going to start to create a negative impression in the client's mind. Okay, that will going to start a negative impression in the client's mind, and that is not good for you. Though you are technically very sound, your management skill is good, your marketing skill is good, but you haven't finished that particular project on time, then it may happen that it will create a negative impression. And always remember, for sake of everyone, I am going to tell whatever the students you are attending now, negative publicity or the negative impression in our sector in the market is not at all good for you. Okay, once your name is get debarred, or it is having some negative impression, no, he is not that contractor who is going to complete the projects on time, he is not having good management skill, he is not having good manpower system, he is not having good machinery power systems. Though you don't have your own machinery, but you can take it on the rent, okay, from the government or from any private companies. Okay, but completion of the project on time is very very important thing, because that deals with your own marketing, okay, and own publicity, with accuracy and with good quality of the material, with excellent design, good aesthetic view for that particular building, that will help you to arise in the market in a very short time. There are few students that I have observed, which presently they are working and they have repeated their name as like no one. Okay, means they have started their business just 1 year before, and now they have raised their name in the market in such a way that there are many clients who are approaching them for the projects. Okay, and that is why this development of your own personality in the market, your own fame in the market is very important. Okay, at first your name will be for the work only. Okay, when you have the name, then you can create your fame. Okay, so that is what I want to share with you. So try to construct the work in such a fashion that you can complete it in a stipulated time, with accuracy, with good aesthetic design, with all amenities, and with good management skill. Okay, so little bit our extension of the topic, but that is what I want to share with everyone. That is very important thing nowadays in the market. Now you have gone through many of the what we call developers. I'm not saying engineers, but the developers, the person who is having his own land now, and now he is going to develop. Okay, through developer or through by his own way. Okay, so at the time of starting his career, definitely he will focus, yes, I will build something which is sellable and which is having good marketing skill. Okay, so that is what one has to focus on. So let's come to the point once again. Our next point of discussion, that is in this yesterday's discussion, is nothing but the measurement sheet. And what is the purpose of this measurement sheet, why it is used, already we have discussed, but still I'm going to revise it. See, measurement sheet is totally used to determine the quantities of that particular activity by using the measurements or the dimensions which are given in that particular drawing. So you can put your all dimensions in a step one of the standard format, and you can calculate the quantity. The format that you are going to use, we called it as a measurement sheet. And whatever you are going to see on seen on the screen is nothing but the standard format for the measurement sheet. If you are going to see the columns, column number one is your item number or the serial number. Column number two is nothing but the description for that particular activity. Then column number three will be numbers. Then column number four will be length. Then will be width. Then will be depth or height. Then second last column is your quantity, and last column is nothing but the total quantity. Okay, so in this way, in this fashion, you have to put all the dimensions, and then you can calculate the quantities. What is the formula to determine the quantity of the material? Yesterday we have discussed. Quantity of the material is equals to numbers multiplied by length multiplied by width multiplied by height or depth, whatever is applicable. That gives you the quantity. Now this formula will vary with respect to the contents. That is, for volumetric content, we have to consider LBD. For the area metric, that is area based content, we have to consider LNB or LND along with the numbers. Number is mandatory. Numbers multiplied by your L multiplied by B or L multiplied by D, whatever it may be. Then for your running meter parameters, like your skirting is there or pipeline is there, we can count it in running meter. Okay, so volumetric, then area based, that is square metric, and then running meter based. Okay, so these are the three parameters that you are having, and you are having such quantities in our particular estimate that you need to calculate. So that is all about the measurement sheet that we have discussed yesterday. Then we have discussed this abstract sheet also. What is the abstract sheet and what is the purpose of this abstract sheet? Basically, abstract sheet is utilized for the calculating the total amount which is required for that each activity. Once again, I'm going to repeat why abstract sheet is required. Abstract sheet is required to determine the amount for that particular each activity, and at the end you can have the sum of all amounts. Okay, so how we are going to calculate the amount? Amount is nothing but the quantity multiplied by unit rate for that particular item. Okay, or for that particular whatever the item you are going to mention. Now if you are going to see the abstract sheet, serial number one, column number 1 is your serial number 1, column number 2 is quantity, which already you have determined in the measurement sheet. So from the measurement sheet you have to directly take that quantities, then description you have to write down, then unit for that particular quantity, it may be cubic feet, square feet, per meter, running meter, whatever the dimensions or units of measurement. Already I have gone through that particular chart of units of measurement, what quantities are measured in what unit. I hope that is everyone is clear with that also. And then rate per unit, that is rate of each particular quantity, and then we are going to count the final amount, that is nothing but the product of quantity multiplied by, that is product of quantity and unit rate. Okay, so that is what we have discussed, I think, up to yesterday's part. And phase sheet also we have discussed. Yes, I remember. So in the phase sheet, and this is the last part of your detail estimate, I can say. So in the first is your estimated cost, that is total cost. Then water supply charges, sanitary charges, electrification charges, architecture charges, it may be any other charges. Okay, so water supply and sanitary charges. What are the water supply or the sanitary charges? That is nothing but the fixing of the water lines or sewer lines from the main connection to the your home. Okay. Now very simple funda, common funda which is used in the market. जर तुमची वॉटर लाईन जर 6 इंच किंवा 10 इंचाची असते, मेन लाईन जी असते तुमची, सब लाईन तुम्ही 4 इंचाची टाकताय, म्हणजे जी कॉलनीमध्ये जी तुम्ही बघताय, आणि जो तुमच्या घरातली जी लाईन असते ती 1 इंची किंवा 1.5 इंची. ठीक आहे, 1 इंच भरपूर झाला, यू विल गेट फुल प्रेशर ऑफ द वॉटर. ठीक आहे, 1 इंची अर्धा इंची पर्यंत घेतात. If by illegal way you are going to take the connection, then you can provide up to of 2 inches also, there is no problem. But 1 inch and 2 inches, 1 inch is the common dimension for that particular pipe. हे नेहमी लक्षात ठेवा. मेन लाईन तुमची 10 किंवा 8 इंची असणार आहे, 10 इंची शक्यतो. सबलाईन तुमची 4 इंचापर्यंत असते. पीव्हीसी पाईप टाकला जातो. आजकाल पीव्हीसी ला रिप्लेस केलेला आहे तुमच्या कॉन्क्रीट पंप, कॉन्क्रीट पाईपद्वारे. ठीक आहे, जे कॉन्क्रीटचे पाईप्स तुम्ही बघता ना मार्केटमध्ये, कारण दीज आर व्हेरी हँडी, हॅव्हिंग ड्युरेबिलिटी अँड गुड स्ट्रेंथ. पीव्हीसी पाईप ओनली प्रॉब्लेम इज दॅट वरतून ट्रक गेला आणि जर खाली सॉइल जर तेवढी स्ट्रॉंग नसेल, then definitely that pipe will crack at some point. Okay, but your concrete pumps or concrete pipes are having good strength, so we can use that particular. Then electrification charges, that is fixing of the electrician line, that is from your particular depot to the line, sublines and sublines to your home, and fixing of your all meter and all other particular things. Okay, so that is what we have discussed. And I think the part which I am going to explain is nothing but the contingencies, work charge establishment. What is contingencies? It is nothing but the particular charge which is of the overall cost, 3 to 5% of the overall cost. Work charge establishment, we are going to consider it as a 1 to 2% of the overall cost. Okay, and yesterday I have described you also the difference between the total cost and the overall cost. Okay, overall cost is nothing but total cost plus cost required for the water supply or sanitary or architecture, it may be anything, plus cost required for the electrification charges. That is nothing but, that summation is nothing but the overall cost. And contingencies we are going to consider as 3 to 5% of our overall cost. Work chart establishment 1 to 2% of our overall cost. Okay, in our unit number 3 we are having the detailed part about this, but still I have revised this. So I think up till now we have started, and I have explained you about the taking out quantities, how it has been there. Divide the work. The first part we have gone through in our yesterday's lecture. Divide the work into the different parts such as earthwork, site clearing, concreting, painting, plastering, brickwork, then slab, beam, column, plinth beam, plinth filling, rubber soling, whatever activities that you are going to perform. Okay, now in the activities again, I will share sequence wise what activities you are going to carry out. Site वरती कुठल्या कुठल्या activities तुम्ही carried out करता. कारण आपण प्रॉब्लेम सुरू करायच्या आधी मला तुम्हाला त्या गोष्टीबद्दल थोडंसं एक्सपोजर द्यायचंय की आपण ऍक्च्युअली साईट वरती किती क्वांटिटीज काढतो. तुम्ही म्हणताय सर क्वांटिटी काढायच्या, पण कशाच्या काढायच्या? बरोबर आहे की नाही? हा तुमचा प्रश्न 100% डोक्यामध्ये आला असेल. सर एवढा काय आपल्याला उपद्व्याप करायचा, आता कॅल्क्युलेशन्स करायचे आहेत, वी हॅव टू सॉल्व सम प्रॉब्लेम्स, अँड definitely mark my word, I will give you all the practical exposures of taking out the quantities, for our practical purpose. In your syllabus it is mandatory for you just a minute. It is mandatory for you to complete a single project of G plus 1 structure by your own. Once again, I am going to repeat you that it is mandatory for you to complete the project single-handedly. That means everyone will come up with a plan, with a drawing, and they will start to execute, they will start to work out the quantities, to taking out all the quantities. Okay. So it's a big task and it's a very interesting task for you. You are going to learn a lot through that. And again, please keep the thing in your mind. You can start your career in that also. There is one designation in our field, we called it as a billing engineer. We called it as a billing engineer, who will look after all the account parts that is related to financial parameters. And second one, he is dealing with determining all the quantities, preparing the abstract sheet or bill of quantities for the same, and filling up the tender and taking the control of all the accounts and quantities for that particular projects. So billing engineer, but for being a billing engineer, you required a vast knowledge and experience of this particular subject, that is quantity and estimation, and you will get definitely in upcoming 2-3 years when you are going to start your particular career. Okay, so taking out the quantities, what we have to do, we are going to divide that particular total constructions civil structure into the different parts, as earthwork, concrete, brickwork. I will enlist all the whatever the parameters that you need to calculate. Okay, don't worry about that. Then second task is nothing but squaring. Squaring is the calculation of numbers, length, area, volume, and are entered in the last two columns having. So volumetric, area based, or running meter calculations we are having. Then abstracting. Okay, now abstracting is what? The cost of each item of the work is calculated at the workable rates. The total cost is worked out and entered in the abstract of the estimate form. Okay, a 3 to 5% is added to the contingencies to allow for unforeseen expenses during the execution of the work. 1.5 to 2% is added for the work chart establishment. The grant total thus is obtained is the estimated cost of the project. Okay. Now, as I said earlier, in our face sheet, whatever we have discussed, total cost and overall cost. So in the overall cost, we have to consider the contingencies, which are nothing but your unforeseen expenses during the execution of the work. Unforeseen expenses म्हणजे अचानक निर्माण झालेला खर्च. ठीक आहे. आधी तुमच्या टोटल इस्टिमेट मध्ये नव्हता, पण काहीतरी किरकोळ खर्च हा नेहमी आपल्याला लागत असतो. ठीक आहे, साहेब आले, चहा पाणी झालंय, हॉटेलमध्ये जेवण झालंय, बिल सँक्शनिंग झालंय, हे पण एक अनफोर्सिन एक्सपेन्सेस आहे की जो दिसतोय का, जो तुम्ही तुमच्या एस्टिमेट मध्ये ऍड करू शकताय का, नाही करू शकत. ठीक आहे, परंतु खर्च मात्र होतोय. ठीक आहे, किंवा तुम्ही तुमची जी कंपनीची व्हेकल आहे, ठीक आहे, तुमची कंपनीची व्हेकल, सपोज एखादा प्लॅन तुम्ही घेतलाय, तो प्लॅन तुम्हाला सँक्शनिंग साठी टीपी ऑफिसला जायचंय. ठीक आहे, दॅट इज टाउन प्लॅनिंग डिपार्टमेंटला जायचंय. मग तुमच्या कंपनीच्या तुमच्या पर्टिक्युलर साईट वरनं तुमचं टाउन प्लॅनिंगचं ऑफिस सपोज 10 किलोमीटर आहे. मग 10 किलोमीटर तुम्ही कसं जाणार आहात? आयदर यू विल गो बाय युअर ओन व्हेकल, और इफ कंपनी प्रोव्हाइड्स यू द व्हेकल, देन बाय युझिंग कंपनीज व्हेकल यू आर गोइंग टू गो देअर. मग कंपनीची व्हेकल असेल तर त्याच्यासाठी पेट्रोल तर लागणार आहे, बरोबर आहे. सो दीज आर नथिंग बट सम अनफोर्सिन एक्सपेन्सेस. ठीक आहे, कॉन्टिजेन्सेस. ठीक आहे, which are going to happen at the time of execution of the work and which are not counted in our detail estimate. आपण डिटेल इस्टिमेट मध्ये पेट्रोलचा किती खर्च लागणार हे ऍड करत नाही, बिकॉज दीज आर अनफोर्सिन एक्सपेन्सेस, ज्याला म्हटलं जातं की जे प्रत्यक्ष डोळ्याने तुम्हाला दिसत आहेत पण आपण ते ऍड करू शकत नाही ऍक्च्युअल क्वांटिटीज मध्ये. ठीक आहे. जसं मी तुम्हाला म्हटलं खर्चा पाणी जो द्यावा लागतो. आता एखादा वर्कर आहे, तुम्हाला माहिती आहे साईट वरती कशा पद्धतीने काम करून घेतलं जात आहे. जर काही काही वर्कर्सला दवा पाणी दिल्याशिवाय, टू बी व्हेरी फ्रँक मी हे स्पष्टच बोलतोय जरी आपलं लेक्चर चालू असेल तरी पण, ठीक आहे, त्यांना दवा पाणी दिल्याशिवाय ते काम चालू करत नाहीत. त्यांना त्याशिवाय काम चालूच होत नाही त्यांच्याकडनं. ठीक आहे. असे काही खंबीर कार्यकर्ते असतात आणि त्यांना जर खंबीर बनवायचं असेल तर तुम्हाला आधी त्यांना दवा पाणी द्यावं लागतं. ठीक आहे. दवा पाणी या शब्दाचा अर्थ मी डिटेल माझ्या इन अपकमिंग फ्यू लेक्चर्स मी तुम्हाला डिस्क्राईब करेलच. आय होप एव्हरीवन इज गेटिंग व्हॉट इज दवा अँड व्हॉट इज पाणी. ओके. सो जर जोपर्यंत तुम्ही स्टार्ट करत नाही तोपर्यंत ते काम चालू करत नाही. मी असं म्हणत नाही की 100% सगळ्या साईटवरती हे चित्र आहे, परंतु काही काही वर्कर्स किंवा काही काही कामं अशी असतात. याचा तुम्हाला मी बेस्ट एक्झाम्पल देतो. आपल्या नगरपालिकेतले, नगर परिषदेमधले किंवा ग्रामपंचायतीमधले किंवा मुळात जे गटार सफाईचं काम करतात ती लोक, जे चेंबरच्या जो इन्स्पेक्शन चेंबर मध्ये जे उतरून काम करतात ना ती लोक. कारण तिथं एक तर पहिली गोष्ट असते सफोकेशन, हवा येण्यासाठी जागा खूप किरकोळ असणार आहे. सफोकेशन हा सगळ्यात महत्वाचा प्रॉब्लेम असतो. दुसरे असतं जे काही ऑर्डर किंवा बॅड स्मेल आहे. ठीक आहे. आपण तिथं 5 मिनिटं सुद्धा उभं राहत नाही किंवा उभं राहिलो तर नाकाला आपला रुमाल असतो. तुम्ही इमॅजिन करा ती लोक खाली त्या गटारामध्ये उतरून प्रत्यक्ष काम कशी करत असतात. हाऊ देअर मेंटॅलिटी हॅज डेव्हलप्ड. ओके. आणि यासाठी इवन एक अजून एक एक्झाम्पल मी तुम्हाला सांगतो जे खूप सुपरिचित आहे सर्वांना. पोस्टमार्टम करणारी लोक. ठीक आहे. थोडस विषय असं आपल्याच रिलेटेड विषय आहे तरी पण मी सांगतो तुम्हाला. जी लोक पोस्टमार्टम करतात ना ती लोक बघा, जी ऍक्च्युली डोकं फोडत असतात ती. ठीक आहे. ते ज्यावेळेस ते काम करत असतात ना त्यावेळेस त्यांची मेंटॅलिटी टोटली चेंज झालेली असते. बिकॉज दे आर हॅबिच्युअल ऑफ दिस पर्टिक्युलर सराउंडिंग्स. See, please rejoin the lecture immediately by using the same link because we are having less than 1 minute to wind up this session. So my request to rejoin immediately and very fast. I will just give you 2 minutes to join for the upcoming session, which is going to happen very soon. Because for this lecture we are having less than 1 minute is left. Okay. So we will continue our discussion, and in the next part I will tell you about the what quantities actually you are going to determine, how it has been there, what kind of deductions that you need to consider at the time of taking out quantities. Hmm? Our lecture is continue, na? Okay, still it is not get in